providing us water heating solutions. Chris Labella is, correct me if I'm wrong, VP of Sales or National Sales Manager.
National Sales Manager, yes.
National Sales Manager out of Connecticut. And he will be today's presenter. So let's get rolling, and we can also save questions to the end. So you're up. Fire away.
All right. Well, thank you very much for the opportunity to talk to you a little bit about Hubble today. For those of you who are not familiar with Hubble, we are a third-generation family-run company located in Stratford, Connecticut. We've been manufacturing water heaters since 1920. We manufacture nothing but water heaters. So no heat lamps, no merchandisers, no toasters. Our sole focus is on water heaters and water heating applications. We've got a 65,000 square foot facility here in Stratford, Connecticut. Everything is made and shipped from this facility. We've got, again, we've been around since 1920. We're the largest supplier of electric water heaters to the US Navy. And we've got a large commercial industrial side of our business, as well as marine, and then of course the food service industry. With food service, you know, we have a pretty unique opportunity where there's only one competitor. So when we took a look at this industry, we saw that there was only one company that was making these types of products, and we thought there was a real opportunity to improve upon them and put something together that made sense from a efficiency, a functionality, and a serviceability standpoint. We have 2 other distribution warehouses where we can ship product from. That's not full inventory at either of these places, but we do have locations in Corona, California, and Kansas City, Missouri. We can ship product from either of those spots, and we are an ISO company as well. So with food service, again, it's all water heaters, and it's primarily just a handful of products: electric booster heaters, gas booster heaters, a couple specialty heaters, which you'll see is a sanitizing sink heater, and a bain-marie or rethermalizer heater. And then we have a couple 120 volt point of use water heaters as well. So jump right in with the electric booster. You know, again, we only have one competitor. So what we did first was, because a lot of this business is replacement, every one of our products is the exact same size, shape, shares the same dimensions, and has the same service locations for the electrical knockouts and the plumbing as its Hatco counterpart. From there, we kind of went and changed everything else. So if we look at from an efficiency and longevity standpoint, every booster comes with an all stainless steel jacket and base. We provide a pressure reducing valve with everyone, in an all stainless steel ASME stamped tank, and we take that, we wrap it in high efficiency foam. It's about a 2,000 kilowatt hour annual savings versus the fiberglass insulation that Hatco uses. What that equals is about $250 a year in operating costs. From a functionality standpoint, this was an area that we really felt we could improve upon quite a bit. We put a digital display and a digital control board in there. You always see the set point temperature of the booster heater. If you don't see the set point temperature, it's because something's wrong. And we give you a visual indication of common fault conditions that are typical with booster heaters. We put a leak detection system in there. And there are some other service advantages to doing that as well. One of the other things we did was the probe is significantly more advanced than what our competitor is using. They actually have 3 separate probes that are in their tank. We use one that acts as your thermostat, your high limit, and your low water cutoff, which are all critical components of a booster heater. From a serviceability standpoint, you know, this was something that was very important. If you're not familiar with Hatco's product, you essentially have to move. Anytime you want to get to something, you have to move something out of the way. We did the exact opposite here. You can access any of the components without disturbing any of the other components in there. Again, one single probe can be removed without even draining the tank. Screw plug elements make it nice and easy to get them out, put them back in. O-ring seal keeps them from leaking. We never have fuses. That's a common hindrance with our competitor's product. When UL requires internal overcurrent protection, we always use circuit breakers, and that makes for significantly easier repairs. You get a quick glance at the Hubble product versus its Hatco counterpart. You can see a checklist of different advantages that we offer, and it's a lot of the things that we just talked about that they don't offer, and you get a pretty good idea of theirs up on the upper right of what their product looks like with the front cover off, which is significantly different from the way the Hubble booster was designed. Now, just some quick notes on that. Again, it's a direct replacement. So if you have a service, a booster that's down due to service reasons and you need to replace it, you can feel confident that you can just slide their booster out if that's what's there, and then install one of ours without any additional plumbing or electrical work that needs to be required. Again, same physical dimensions and footprint. Service locations, all the same options. If you go into different, whether it's KCL or auto quotes, all those options are in there to change. And another thing is every booster is available for same day shipping. If we receive an order before 12 noon, it will ship out the same day. If it comes in after 12, it'll just go the following business day. Gas booster heaters, another common piece of equipment in food service, not as common as the electric booster, but probably about 15% of the market is gas. Pretty straightforward stuff. You've got ones for door type dish machines, as you can see. We've got one that's for newer low flow conveyor type dish machines, and then another one for higher flow above 3 GPM. All of them supplying sanitizing rinse water. All of them utilize this VeriFlame technology, which is trademarked. It's a temperature control system that keeps the temperatures consistent and flat. You don't get a lot of spikes throughout the rinse cycle. They all come with a stainless steel jacket and base, available in natural gas or liquid propane. Again, just a quick, the PT56, one of the biggest selling points to this piece of equipment is that it is ventless. So gas boosters, one of the things about them that's difficult is they're expensive to install. There's a lot of overhead involved in getting the venting done. And with this 55,000 BTU model, there is no venting that's required. Now, of course, you always have to check local code because that could change depending on where you're putting it in. But overall, it is a ventless system. It's got an internal 3-gallon tank, supplies the sanitizing rinse water on, again, door type undercounter dish machines. Moving to the larger ones, well, I guess compared to the Hatco unit, which is a PMG 100, theirs is larger, it's a lot more expensive, and does require venting. That's one of the big advantages of the Hubble is it does not. On to the bigger ones, the PT125 and PT200, which are the larger style. They have 125,000 BTUs and 200,000 BTUs. You've got some options with venting, whether it's rear or to the side. Both of them are tankless design. They're not tankless like you might think for a residential. They're significantly larger than those pieces, but they are tankless, so they're very, very efficient and easy to operate. They do have to be vented. They're typically pant-legged into the current venting. And you can wall mount them, which would require you to use the side vent in that case. Again, you can see compared to our competitor's product, they don't make anything in between their 100 and 200. So if you've got a low flow, newer energy, water conserving dish machine, you've got to go all the way up to the 200,000 BTU model, which jumps up in price a couple $1,000s. Whereas you can use the PT125 from Hubble if you're in a situation where you've got one of the newer dish machines going in. If you're replacing anything in the field, these do not line up the same way as the electric do. However, you can feel confident that if you replace a HACO piece of equipment with Hubble, that you will get improved operation, and you get some cost savings as well. The sanitizing sink heater is a very common and popular product. We see this in a lot of schools and other locations where they might not have a dish machine, but they still need to do manual ware washing, and they still have to have sanitizing rinse water temperatures. So this is recirculates the water in typically the third bay of a 3-compartment sink. Comes with an all stainless steel body and base. Again, you've got the electronic controls, shows the set point temperature, fault conditions if there's an issue. It does have a energy cutoff. It does have a low water cutoff. It is ETL and ETL sanitation listed, and there's a number of different voltage and kilowatt options. Much like the electric booster, this is sized exactly the same as its HACO counterpart, so you can feel confident in the replacement setting where you can pull theirs off the bottom of the sink and put ours right back in its place. Very easy to troubleshoot. Again, that's a common theme with our products. We tried to make them very service friendly and just keep the repair costs down. And you'll notice another common theme is everything we do is stainless steel on the exterior. Just try to keep it looking sharp in the kitchen and stay consistent with that stainless steel. The food rethermalizer, or bain-marie, is very similar to the sink heater. The big difference is this is used in conjunction with a vessel like a bain-marie or a rethermalizer, where it attaches in and it recirculates the water within that vessel to hold food at serve-safe temperatures. So you're maintaining the temperature of the food in like a buffet type setting. Again, we do an all stainless steel body and base, electronic controls, digital display, ETL and ETL sanitation. These are products that are pretty straightforward. We see them quite a bit. Again, HACO, the only other manufacturer in the industry that's providing a product like this. So if we see it lined up, same story, stainless steel, unlike theirs, digital controls. They have a FR2 you see on the right is their 2nd generation model, which they incorporated some of the things that are in the Hubble product already, but as you can see, the price jumps up significantly if you try to incorporate the features that we have in ours. You've got the significant increase in the price. These point of use water heaters are, especially right now with hand washing being such a critical component as we move forward in this country with the COVID-19, this J1 SSA, it's a 1 gallon, 1 kilowatt point of use heater. Comes with a cord and a plug. It's great for food trucks. It's great for mobile hand sinks. Anywhere where you just need quick hot water in short bursts. Again, it's only 1 gallon, so it's small, extremely compact, 1 kilowatt, so it only draws 8 amps. You can plug it into any standard outlet. Very, very popular piece of equipment right now, and we think will continue to be in light of everything that's going on right now. The J25 to the right of it is very similar. The big difference is a little bit more storage capacity. It's 2.5 gallons of storage water, 2.5 gallon tank in there. Same thing, boost temperatures for hot water. The difference is you can go up to 1.5 kilowatts on this. That's the maximum kilowatt that's allowable from UL before you have to hardwire it. So if you want a cord and a plug, you have to stay below 1.5 kilowatt. We do have other kilowatts available, but those would have to be hardwired. Both of those all stainless steel on the exterior. The tanks inside them are both all stainless steel. The J25 has digital controls. The J1 does not. That's a pretty standard and basic piece. And it comes with a 10-year warranty on the whole piece of equipment though. For resources and support, we do have full staff that's here. We are considered an essential business, so we have been open throughout this this whole pandemic, and we remain open even though Connecticut's still closed, except for essential businesses. We are here. Got a complete inventory. Again, every product is available for same-day shipping. We do have individual drawings for every model, any kilowatt, any voltage configuration. You'll get an individual drawing. Our competitor does not offer that. They just give you a basic thing. You've got to search around for amp draws and different things, and it's very difficult. So it's nice to have an individual drawing for each model. 24/7 technical support. We have an online service training on the website. We do offer in-person trainings for service for anyone who's looking to become authorized service personnel. Again, service-friendly design, very easy to service and maintain. Total cost of ownership is significantly lower. Literature, warranty, parts breakdown. We've got all that on our website, www.hubbleheaters.com. And that is about a wrap from me. You can see we've got boosters at hubbleheaters.com. My email is clabella@hubbleheaters.com. And I don't know if anyone has any questions, but I guess now would be a good time.
Yeah, fire away, guys, if you got one. I'm going to start off with you, though, Chris, on the point of use that was towards the end of the presentation.
Yes.
I mean, right now, as we know, the buzzword's been for the last 9 weeks, what's going to be different in food service, what's going to be done different in sanitation. And those point of use heaters actually kind of caught my attention because, one thing we've learned about all this is not even the face mask, it's the proper washing of hands and having, warm water. So I think that's a product line that can be exploited on the smaller applications. I think they're only 1 gallon.
That's correct. 1 gallon, 1 kilowatt, and you're exactly right, Randy. It's been a product that we're having a difficult time keeping up with the demand right now because you're just seeing so many different hand washing stations popping up because, as you mentioned, the importance of hand washing right now is critical. And I know a number of different chains, Chick-fil-A comes to mind, are inserting hand wash systems into every single store at different parts, outside, inside. And so I think the opportunities with
even non-traditional food service. I mean, I'm hearing nail salons, places that you're going into a smaller place of business. They're going to start asking you to wash your hands before you start servicing. And non-food service at a hand washing station can be challenging, but with a point of use water heater, it really isn't.
You're exactly right, and these are easy. There's no one else on the food service side of things that offers these types of products either. No one has 120 volt. This is a true plug and play. Obviously, you've got to hook it up to a water line, and you've got an inlet, and you've got an outlet, and again, it draws 8 amps, and you can plug it into any standard outlet.
So, no, good, cool. Anyone else questions out there or comments? We covered actually a lot of territory in a short time, but it's all great stuff.
I hope I didn't run through it too fast. I just didn't want it to go too long.
No. We joked about it. Again, it's one of the smaller product catalogs, but it's all important salesmanship. I don't think we have any questions though. So if that's the case, we appreciate everyone's time for Eating in the Kitchen Daily Specials. As Florida, Chris doesn't know it, but Florida's on 50% capacity of restaurants today. So if you can, go out and support your local restaurants. We can't go to the bars yet, but keep your chin up and we'll pull through this. Everyone have a great day, and thank you, Mr. Chris Labella.
Thank you, Randy. Thanks, everyone.
See you.
Bye.